at the beginning of the episode, we can see Betty who has a coach tour. And there's some studio equipment.
It was their last afternoon.
Edward, Gordon, and Boco's eyebrows are missing. Also, the back roof of Knapford is missing too.
Just pathetic, grunted Gordon. He should give up and be preserved before it's too late. Shut up, burst out Duck. You're all jealous. Edward's better than any of you. You're right, Duck, said Boco.
Now let's slow down this footage and see how Boco's eyes pops out. And that's the chain reaction for his face movement.
Edward's old, but he'll surprise us all. I've done it, we're off! I've done it, we're off! Said Edward as he finally puffed out.
Paint on this coach is peeling off. Bill and Ben were delighted to see the visitors. They loved being photographed. Later, they took the people to the China Clay Works in a breakdance. Now look closely to the brake van roofs. They have lots of fingerprints in the dust. Now pay attention to this brake van. As the twins stopped, this man wobbles. Everyone had a splendid time, and visitors were most impressed. Then Edward took the visitors home. Did I hear a thunder? There are no stormy clouds around.
Wind and rain buffeted Edward.
Okay, it can't be a storm because clouds are not put together to make stormy clouds. And despite being told
wind and rain buffeted Edward,
none of these trees moves.
Sanding gear failed and his fireman.
Edward is not actually moving towards because the greenery isn't disappearing behind Edward. And his driver has a sticky tag.
Suddenly Edward's wheels slipped fiercely. With a shrieking crack, something broke. The crew inspected the damage. One of your crank pins broke, Edward, said his driver. We've taken your side rods off. Now you're like an old-fashioned engine. Can you get these people home? They must start back tonight. I'll try, sir.
The end of the set is visible.
Edward puffed and pulled his hardest, but his wheels kept slipping and he could not start the heavy train. The passengers were anxious. Driver, fireman and guard went along the train, making adjustments between the coaches. Now you can pick your coaches up one by one, just as you do with trucks. The first coach moving helped to start the second, and the second helped the third. I've done it, puffed Edward. Steady, boy, warned his driver. Well done, boy. You've got them.
Look to that window. It looks like a crew member's face is reflecting on it.
And he listened happily to Edward's steady beat. At last, battered, weary, but unbeaten, Edward steamed in.
Wait a second. Where did Edward get these headlamps?
Henry was waiting for the visitors with the special train.
Some wires are visible on Edward and Henry's running boards. And Edward's eyebrows are missing.
The fat controller angrily pointed to the clock, but excited passengers cheered and thanked Edward. His driver and fireman.
Now what is that pause supposed to mean?
But excited passengers cheered and thanked Edward. His driver and fireman.
Hey look, Edward somehow get back those side rods. Also, Boco's shed doors are hanging off, and Gordon's eyes are wonky.
Edward was left in peace. Gordon and James remained respectfully silent.
So those are all of the Goofs found in Season 2 episode, Edward's Exploit. And because this is my favorite episode of all time, and I believe many of you like this episode too, this episode should be goofless.